Yo, what's happening everybody, this is your boy Sean, and in today's tutorial, man, I'm going to be showing you how I did this using After Effects. And yeah, man, without any more chat, let's get right into it, man. Alright, cool. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your phone and you're going to take screenshots of your playlist, and you're going to remove the top and the bottom. You're going to take those and then you're going to compile them into one long ass list. So if you're too lazy to do that, you can get this list in the description below. You're gonna get a Google Drive which is going to also contain the clip we will be using in this tutorial. Cool. So once you're done with that, you're gonna take that list, you're gonna drop it and your clip into your composition. The composition I'm going to be using is going to be 1080 by 1920, 23 frames per second, because that's what I shot it at, and we're going to keep it to 5 seconds, right? So after you have your clip as well as your music list inside, you're going to take your music list, you're going to put it on top of your clip, and as you can see, we have the music list right there. So as you can see, the black background is still there, and how I like to remove that background is by changing the blending mode to screen. And then on top of the music playlist, the music list that we added just now, we're going to add an effect called curves. So what curves is going to do is that it's going to eliminate the shadows and it's going to increase the highlights so that you can see what you're doing much better, right? So once we have that, we're going to now sync the scrolling with the clip, right? So you're gonna go to exactly where I start scrolling, right over here. You're gonna press P and then you're gonna add a keyframe right over there. You're gonna go to where I finish scrolling and going back down, and then you're going to come to the value on the right side, which for me is this 3100, and then you're going to drag that back, drag it back and back. I think that's enough. So as you can see right now, with just these two keyframes, this is what I have, right? So let's finish up the keyframes first before we start any easing and easing out, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this exact keyframe, copy it and paste it, Control C, Control V, and then you're going to go forward to after I scrolled again once, and then you're just going to drag that value back and back again. Oh, that's too much. And then what you're gonna have when you play your clip is this over here. So to give it more life and more motion, we're gonna add motion blur onto just the list, right? And then you're going to highlight all of your keyframes, right click, and then keyframe assist, easy ease. You're gonna go into your graph editor, click, highlight the two middle points, and then you're going to drag these back. So what this is representing is that it's going to be fast at the beginning and slow down when it gets to the end, right? Cool. So what we have at the moment is this right over here. So as you can see, it's not 100% synced, so I'm just gonna sync it real quick. So when I scroll, it should start right over there. So when I scroll, I want it to be fast and then it gets slow. So I'm just going to adjust my keyframes right over here. I'm going to bring this one back as well, and this should be correct. So when you have a look again, this is exactly what you have. So now we're going to go into the tapping effect, where it's going to give you shockwaves when I do press the screen, right? So how we're going to do that is that we're going to go to the exact song that we will be pressing. So just right over there, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our project, create a new comp. So since we're going to match it with this comp, we're just going to add the very same dimensions, the 1080 by 1920. Click OK, and you have this, right? You're gonna double click your triangle up there, your rectangle, sorry, up there. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna create two masks. And so you're going to long press your rectangle and go to your ellipse tool, press this mask, and then you're just going to create a circle, right? Once you create a circle, go into the mask, go to mask expansion and decrease it just a bit, and then increase the feather just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play around with the expansion, right? So the expansion, I want it to be like right over there. So I'm going to create a keyframe. I'm going to take it forward, and then it's going to start off as nothing at first, and then this is what we have. It's a bit too long, so I'm just going to bring it back, and just like that, right? Once you have your mask, you're going to press Ctrl D on your mask, and then here by add, you're going to press subtract. And when you go in the middle of your mask, you notice that in the middle there is nothing, which is exactly what this mask does, right? So you're going to press Ctrl U, and I just want to ease these as well. So I want it to be fast at the beginning and slow at the end, just like so. So this is what we're going to have. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the last keyframe, and you're going to put it as 0, right? And then you're going to go to where it's about to end. Let's keyframe this, and we're going to go to where it's about to end. We're going to put 100. So this is what your animation should look like, right? So it's just a ring that comes in like a shockwave, and then it ends, right? We're now going to go back into our main comp, go to your project and drag your comp 1 right onto the main comp, and then you're going to add an adjustment layer. And in that adjustment layer, you're going to create a displacement map, right? After you create the displacement map, you're going to go to your displacement map properties. You're going to go to the displacement map layer. You're going to click the drop down box. You're going to press comp 1, right? So after you press your comp 1, this is what you should have, right? But then as you can see the white line, and we don't want that. So before we remove the white ring that expands, we're going to play around with the max horizontal displacement as well as the vertical, just like that. And then you can disable your comp 1 layer, because what we needed, we got it, right? So you can either go back to your comp, and if you want to increase it in size, you can do so. You can change the shape and everything. So I'm going to do it like this, and once I press the button, once I press the screen, this effect should take place, and it would look more realistic. And even though it's a small detail, it is very interesting to add those small details in your clips to show that you sometimes do think through effects and so forth. So this is exactly what we'd have. So once you did follow this tutorial, you can create some really cool things using these basics that I just gave you in After Effects. So if you did do the tutorial correctly, this is what you should have. And that's it for my tutorial today, man. If you like this video, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, man. Cheers.